Hello, our project is LLM Customer Bot, which is a chatbot that helps answer and respond to user queries like what courses for AI Camp are coming up and when can I sign up. So our team members are Samit, Shurian, Patrick, Jace, and Sunil. So why would you need LLM Customer Bot? It provides instant access to information with 24/7 availability. So instead of a user scrolling through all the web pages to get the information they need, they can put their queries into the chatbot and it will give them quick and consistent responses, as well as collecting data and keeping an engaged user interaction. We acquired the data by using Selenium to scrape data from web pages from both AI Camp website and Notion docs, as well as use NLP technology to help understand user queries, allowing for more intuitive and engaged interaction. And it also seamlessly integrates with the AI Camp's website. So our resources tech stack include for the front end HTML for code structure, CSS for styling, Bootstrap for customization and chatbot templates. And for backend, we use Python for backend development, Selenium for web scraping, LangChain for lateral language processing, and Flask for creating a flow of data between the front end and backend development. Patrick will be explaining the upcoming slides.
Yeah, so like we were saying before, so our front end, we used Bootstrap and HTML for structure, CSS to style, and in the next slide, you can see how we developed an interface that is simple to use and understand and clearly represents the AI Camp brand. Yeah, so this is a screenshot or a picture of our interface, and you could see the AI Camp logos on the top left in various locations. On the bottom, you can see the clearly established input area in green, and right above is where you could see the displayed messages where there are different colors distinguishing the user queries and computer response, which is in gray. Yeah, so back to what we were saying, for our backend, we used Python as the language, and to scrape the data from the AI Camp website, we used Selenium and Flask to integrate our API elements. And we built our program off the LangChain NLP framework. And then our retriever model was instructor-based from Hugging Face and obtains relevant documents and text based on the user query. And our conversational model was GPT 3.5 from OpenAI, which makes it so we have a user-readable format for our answers. And we use Face or Facebook AI similarity search as a library to store embeddings to be searched through later on. Yeah, so on the top left screenshot, you could see it's our like scraped data, text, and links from where it was from. And right next to it is the scraped data and text files with the links as the file names. And below that, you can see the retriever and conversational models with Hugging Face at the top and GPT below it. And the score threshold 0.2 allows us to not include data that doesn't obtain a high enough similarity score. So our output is more accurate, and it also looks at K equals 5, so the top 5 most accurate results. And now Samith will present the demo.
All right, then, yeah. So here's a quick little demo. We have the application already opened here. And as you can see, this is our UI. And one thing you'll notice is that our UI we made it so it's very compatible with the AI website, AI Camp website. And so now let's type a question. Let's just type, you can ask anything. Let's just type, what is the purpose of the sandbox program? You type it, then you press enter. You give it a bit. And then our AI responds accordingly. Let's ask it a few more questions. What is the duration of
Wait. Can I ask a question? Is that okay? Is my question?
Sure. Okay.
Can I say I have a 16-year-old son, and he knows a little bit Python. What would what would you recommend for this coming summer?
So for complex questions like that, our chat box API.
Let's try it. Let's try
Okay.
it.
All right. So what question could you repeat that?
Yeah, I have a 16-year-old son, and he understands a bit of Python. He wants to dive deeper into AI. What programs do you recommend?
Oh, what would you could you repeat the last phrase?
What programs you would recommend for us during the summer? Hey, look at that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. Any more questions you'd like to ask or?
Another question is AI Camp free?
So yeah, our robot AI with the time constraint isn't capable of answering every question, but it can do a really good job answering a lot of in-depth questions. And another thing you can notice is that with the answers provided, they give you the UI, the location of where the information was found. So in case you weren't satisfied, like hypothetically, you weren't satisfied with what it gives you, or you want to dig deeper into what the
Yeah.
chatbot provides, you can definitely do your own research and it provides you the source where it got the information. So
Pretty much like, you guys build the framework, and the thing that we need to do is basically providing the right data, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that was our demo.
So this is not deployed yet. So this is basically living on local right now.
Yeah. It's a local.
How messy is your code?
Pardon?
You heard me. How messy is your code?
It's decently messy. I mean, would you prefer to look at it?
Yeah, let's look at the backend.
So here's our index. Here's our files.
No, main.py.
Yeah, here's our Python file.
Okay. Go up, go up, go up, keep on going. This is the major Python file, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty messy. So yeah, OpenAI key is also shared, recorded. Oh, this is bad. Okay, so we're gonna yeah, take a look at this. I think what you build is gonna be useful. Yeah, what you guys build is gonna be useful. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. That's definitely great. All right, then continuing on to our presentation, if you don't mind. So yeah. So here are some challenges. Some challenges we faced was trying to find the right retriever model, right? We had to find which retriever model was going to provide us with the most accurate information whilst also being fast. So some ways we overcame this was by looking at the leaderboard from our Hugging Face to like basically scope out whichever ones would be the best for us. Scraping dynamic websites was another challenge we faced because all websites are built different. Two websites are the same. So they each had their own different HTML structures. So this made getting the XPath really hard for the information. So a way we overcame this was simply just getting all the information on the websites and not discriminating against anything and then getting and just going on from there. Understanding implementing front-end code was another challenge. A lot of us was everything we did in our to make our chatbot work was new for a lot of us. So we had to spend a lot of time outside of AI camp outside of our allocated time, 1 hour per week, and we had to spend a lot of extra time trying to like understand and learn how to implement it. And then finally, of course, debugging the front end and back end was a really big issue, which took a lot of time. But yeah. So some future works that we would definitely try to implement is a voice recognition interaction where we could have the user speak to our chat box. And so this would make it seem more natural, and it would make it a more hands-off experience. We would like to implement a chat box analytic dashboard, which would basically allow us to gain information with the permission of the users, of course, and gain information and statistics so we can know the most popular queries, user satisfaction, so we can tweak our chatbot accordingly to meet their needs. We would definitely also look into having a human in the loop integration. So that way, if there's any more nuanced questions, more vague questions, something that the chatbot may hypothetically not be able to answer, we could definitely have a human who could like seamlessly enter in and answer, take over. We would like to add a real-time collaboration tool, so like Notion docs or Canvas slides. So basically groups can use this while doing their group presentation, group projects. And then finally, we would like to implement gamification elements to make this more user interactive. This would definitely help make it more engaging. So we would achieve this by having challenges, quizzes, or other interactive features. Some skills that we learned on the way was web scraping of real-time data. As data changes, we learned how to do that. We learned how to implement open APIs to make calls to ChatGPT models. We learned how to employ LangChain to retrieve and answer queries, user queries. And then finally, we learned how to develop a website and based on use case and just broaden our senses of the field of computer science. All right, then, yeah, thank you for listening to our presentation.
All right, great stuff. Round of applause.
Awesome.
All right, to our stakeholders, Jay and Gokul, do you guys have any feedback that you want to share with the team?
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome stuff. I think, Mike covered some of it, but like this is, really high usage case potential for not for AI. I mean, not just for AI camp, but like, broadly speaking, every website that has a product probably has, deals with these kind of issues. And so the ability to quickly generate a bot that can handle, even if it's like 60% of user queries, let humans handle the remaining 30%, you cut down on that work time. This has a lot of potential. So it's pretty amazing, getting to explore LangChain and all that kind of cool stuff. And the looking at the back end, I think it's pretty impressive. Like, considering that, not at least in my experience, not, different RAGs have like different abilities to take in how much context. And so the ability that your particularly chosen model can take in, a fair amount of context and generate a high quality answer, I think is pretty impressive work. And then, the future plans as well, I think are really good, particularly the section about, maybe we could add in some like a dashboard functionality, right? What are the most common queries? What can we act upon that, right? Kind of pushing it forward. I think it's really, really good work.
Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, great job, guys. I can't really speak much to the back end, but in terms of like the user interface and how quickly it was able to generate a response, I thought that was really awesome. Like it was able to handle a question from Mike kind of on the fly and give a, decently good response. I thought that was really cool. But overall, great job. Really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, props to you guys.
For sure.
I have another so I've been known at camp at this point forgive a pretty blatant feedback, so I'm going to continue to do so. I think one of the things that here that you guys could have done better is actually do a little bit more in-depth thinking about like these questions that people are asking. What percentage can this bot actually be able to answer, right? And be able to tune different things so that, we can answer these customers' questions, right? This is not, for example, like a school demo project. Yeah, like everybody's going to cheer for you because you get to the end of it, right? And, the end of it is actually for this thing to be actually deployed at some place, and we actually use it at an AICAM website, right? So one of the things that you can do, for example, would be like, okay, there must be a lot of people asking questions. Okay, well, these questions, oh, okay, they're in the emails. Okay, can we get all the emails that, people ask questions? Can we just get a sample, questions like that? And then can we actually, test our prompts and test our system to see if, what are the things can we adjust so that we have the number or the percentage of the questions that this bot can answer be increased? So instead of, for example, I just made this UI, it would be like, 96% of the questions that people have commonly asked can be optimized. And you can distill down to, oh, this is basically equal to like, 200 hours of saved each year, right? So these are the things I think, you need to think deeper about this, right? And also it's like, you actually don't have to scrape all the data because, you don't have like the number of web pages, AICAM, has is very limited. The documents that we have is very limited. You could just ingest everything in there. You may not have to have a RAG system, right? So, think deeper about these problems. I think it's something that, we all need to do and figure out the best practices in the back end, in the front end, whatnot, right? So I hope that, you could, think deeper in those questions and, make real impact, right? As opposed to, yeah, I did a project, right? So I hope that's valid and helpful. Yeah.